Welcome back to USA News Hub. Fedez apologizes after controversial lyrics linking Jannik Sinner to Hitler spark outrage in Italy. Milan, AP. Italian rapper Fedez has issued a public apology after facing a storm of criticism for publishing lyrics that referenced tennis star Jannik Sinner with language widely condemned as offensive and racially insensitive. The controversy began when Fedez shared an Instagram story featuring lyrics from an unreleased track. The lines in Italian translated to, "Italian has a new idol named Jannik Sinner. Pure-blooded Italian with Adolf Hitler's accent." The post triggered immediate backlash, particularly in northern Italy, where Sinner was born and raised. A city council member from Bolzano, the capital of South Tyrol, an autonomous, predominantly German-speaking province, filed a formal complaint with prosecutors. The complaint cited an article in Italy's penal code that punishes incitement of racial hatred and propaganda tied to fascist or discriminatory ideologies. Fedez' explanation and apology. Facing mounting criticism, Fedez addressed the issue during a concert in Milan on Friday, as reported by La Gazzetta dello Sport. "I wanted to take a paradox and it came off terribly," the rapper said. "It was about athletes who are born and raised in Italy but often are not considered Italian because of the color of their skin. I tried to apply that paradox to Italy's top athlete, Jannik Sinner, but I wasn't able to pull it off." Fedez acknowledged that the message was misunderstood due to his own missteps. "If something like this isn't understood, it's because of a mistake made by whoever wrote it. So I take responsibility, and all I can do is apologize." Still, many observers argue that the damage was already done. References to pure-blooded Italians recall rhetoric used in Italian fascist propaganda during the 1930s, when Benito Mussolini's regime emphasized racial purity and aligned itself with Nazi Germany. City Council member Giuseppe Martucci, who lodged the complaint, called the lyric unacceptable. "I felt it my duty to act and hold up the founding values of our Constitution," Martucci said. "We cannot allow language that evokes racism and hate to be normalized by public figures." Sinner's complex relationship with Italian identity. The scandal underscores a recurring theme in Jannik Sinner's career, the tension between his undeniable success as Italy's greatest tennis star and lingering questions about his cultural identity. At just 24 years old, Sinner has already claimed 4 Grand Slam titles in the past 2 years, making him Italy's most celebrated athlete, surpassing even the country's soccer icons. In 2025, he reached the US Open final, losing to Spanish rival Carlos Alcaraz, and briefly surrendered the world #1 ranking. Yet Sinner's rise has not always been universally embraced. Born in the German-speaking region of South Tyrol, he grew up speaking German as his first language before learning Italian. Early in his career, some critics questioned whether he was truly Italian. The skepticism came into sharp focus in September 2023, when Sinner declined to play in the Davis Cup for Italy, citing fatigue after the North American swing of tournaments. His decision sparked headlines such as "Caso Nazionale," national issue, on the front page of Sport Week, which carried a double meaning, both a national sports controversy and a broader debate about national identity. But Sinner's triumph at the 2024 Australian Open marked a turning point. On his return home, he was treated as a national hero, welcomed by Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni at the Chigi Palace. Together, they posed with the Australian Open trophy and the Italian flag, a powerful symbol of his acceptance as Italy's sporting icon. Broader implications. The Fedez episode highlights how deeply questions of identity, nationalism, and cultural heritage remain embedded in Italian public life. Sinner himself has never courted controversy, focusing instead on his career and quietly serving as a symbol of Italy's growing prominence in global tennis. For Fedez, whose career has often combined music with social commentary, the backlash serves as a reminder of the fine line between provocation and offense. His attempt at irony meant, he said, to expose double standards faced by athletes of different backgrounds, backfired dramatically when applied to a national hero with deep cultural resonance. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to USA News Hub for all the latest sports news and highlights. See you in the next one.